Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster, and today we are back to Astroneer. Now, I know it's been a long time since we've been doing our playthrough, but the Astronaut DLC is actually going to be coming out in about 2.5 weeks, and so I do really want to finish this playthrough before the DLC comes out. Now, unfortunately, we were trying to do some of the, I don't even know what the challenges were. They included some of these data circuit chips and stuff, and I was planning on doing that. But I think at this point, we're just going to kind of skip ahead, try to do all of the gateways and the cores first and beat the original game. And then if we have time, we're going to go ahead and try to do all the snail challenges, the railroad challenges, and try to complete the final ending of the game. And if we have time, we'll do that, but if not, we'll see. So we're going to go ahead and see which cores we have activated and which ones we don't. So yeah, I think in this episode, we're pretty much going to be traveling from planet to planet, trying to get some of the cores activated. And yeah, at the moment, I'm not really sure which cores I do and don't have activated, but that's something I will have to figure out. So the first thing I'm going to try to do here is get all of our little power things together, because I do want to go ahead and make our battery tower and RTG tower that we're going to be using to power the gateways. And the reason we actually made that is we're going to place it right here. We're going to plug it into our splitter. We're going to place our battery tower here on our splitter, just because I want to see how much power this thing is generating. It's generating 23 watts of power, whatever you want to call them. Now, the most power that one of the gateways takes is Atrox, and that's actually 30 units of power, which this is not quite going to cut it. But this right here is a straight battery tower I just took from here, and a straight battery tower makes 24. Plus, if I throw in my 2 QTRTGs, that's 26, which is 27, 28, 29, and 30, which means I would just have to carry at least 4 of these, I guess 6 around with me at the same time, which is a lot of storage, and I think we should have plenty enough to hold it, but we'll have to wait and see. So we will throw on our QTRTGs onto this little platform, and we are going to grab the other 2 just in case if we need them. Now at the moment, I don't remember what planets I've activated and I haven't, but I know what planet I haven't activated, and that's for sure Atrox. And so I think we're going to go to Atrox first, activate the gateway and the core, and then from there, what we're going to do, go to the satellite to activate Atrox's ring, and from there, we'll see which ones we have left to do. Now, Atrox does require hydrogen to activate, which is not hard at all because we actually do have hydrogen here with us right now. So we're going to actually get some hydrogen here. And so with our 2 hydrogen ready to go, we are going to throw it onto our shuttle. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to harvest some of our plants here because we need to feed our snails. Feed this one to our snail. Now I am going to harvest another one just to get an extra seed whenever I go. I think right now we have everything that we're going to need. Let's go ahead and head to Atrox. And we are going to want one that's close to one of the gateways, so kind of keeping an eye out for that right now, but it's very cloudy. A little hard to see here on the surface of Atrox, but there is one right next to one, so that worked out perfectly. We're not even going to have to unpackage our VTOL. We can just probably pick up our shuttle and drive it right over. That's pretty convenient. This does look a little dangerous, so we're going to try to be careful. Now we are going to grab our medium platform A. Now I want to do this platform last because it's going to drain our batteries pretty quick. And so we do need to get all of our QTRTGs hooked up first, so that way we have enough battery. Alrighty, so now that we have all 6 of those attached, I think that should be plenty once we add our battery tower. So let's go ahead and add this now. There we go, it was plenty. So we do have to make sure that it maintains enough power to actually, activate it before the batteries run out. So it's going to be close, but I think there should be plenty. There we go. We activated the surface of Atrox now. Now we do have to go down to the core, which could be pretty dangerous. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and leave all of this stuff out right here, because I'm going to come right back here once I get down to the surface. But I do need to make sure that I grab my 2 hydrogen. And I'm going to place this here just in case. But other than that, I think we're all ready to go down. So let's just go ahead and start digging down. Let's go ahead and put our hydrogen in. There's one of the trip arcs. And here is the second one. Now we will run all the way up to the top here to activate it. So that is 5 of 7. I gotta figure out which other ones I haven't done yet. Let's go ahead and go to the satellite here and we'll find out. We will go ahead and activate Atrox's. But there's 2 more I don't have yet, and I'm not sure which ones those are. Which means this one's Glacio we don't have yet, and we don't have Calidor. Yeah, Calidor is right here, as you can see, lining up with the solar system. So we don't have Calidor or Glacio. Those should be pretty easy, because I believe we have bases on both of those planets already. So yeah, let's go ahead and head back to our normal base, and we can get started on activating those other 2 planets. Alrighty, we made it back home, and so now we're going to need to figure out what we're going to need to activate the cores of both Glacio as well as Calidor. Now, if I remember correctly, Glacio is diamond, and if I remember correctly, Calidor is explosive powder. So let's see what it takes to make both of those. Diamond is 2 graphenes, which we could definitely do. Now, explosive powder is just carbon, and we can easily find carbon. And while that is smelting, let's go ahead and get our diamonds made. We are going to need some graphene first, which means we are going to need some hydrazine. And there our carbons are done, so let's go ahead and throw these onto our platform. There is 1 of our hydrazines. We'll go ahead and get our second one made here too. Now we are going to need some graphite. And right now we've only got 1, but we do have plenty of scrap, so I think I'm just going to trade for some graphite. It's going to make it much easier. So let's go ahead and trade real quick. Now that we got our 2 hydrazines, let's go ahead and make our explosive powders. And there are 2 explosive powders. Now we can throw our graphite here onto our platform, and we can make our graphene as well. So we are going to throw our explosive powder onto our platform because we won't need it right now. But we will be actually grabbing 2 of these hydrazines that we originally were going to use for our VTOL. I don't think we're going to need it right now. We kind of found a pretty good method of just picking up our shuttle and carrying it with us. So I don't think we're really going to use a VTOL. And so instead we're going to be using that to make some of our graphenes, because we're going to need 4 graphene to make 2 diamond. Alrighty, so now we do have all of our graphene. We are going to make our diamonds now. And then the last thing we're going to do really quick is we're actually just going to go ahead and print another one of these small platforms. So we're going to get another one of these resins. Okay, we got everything we need. Let's go ahead and head out. So I think first up we are going to go to Glacio. Now this one will be really nice because I believe we do have a base right on a gateway, and so we won't, yeah we do right here. And so we won't have very much traveling to do. Now we do have a big mountain in our way, but I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. So here we go, we'll go ahead and open up our medium platform A. And really quick before we do plug that in, we are of course going to get our RTGs plugged in, of course, as well. And here we go. Let's get it activated. And there we go. We got the surface of Glacio activated. Again, we are going to leave all of this stuff here for right now, and we're going to go ahead and head towards the core. And so we're just going to dig straight down. And here we go. We are at the core of Glacio. Let's go ahead and get it activated. Let's put in our diamonds. We got both of our trip arcs. And we'll go ahead and activate it. Let's go ahead and head to the satellite and get Glacio's ring activated. Next up is Calidor. Let's go ahead and head to Calidor. So it looks like the landing pad here is a little bit farther away from the center than I'd like to be, but again, it's okay because we can just pick up our shuttle and go. Alrighty, we got everything here that we need. Let's start getting it ready. Now I think for this one we're not even going to need our QTRTGs, but we will find out. Oh my gosh. I did not mean to do that. What the heck? Yep, that's plenty. That's what I figured. This one will be pretty quick. Let's go ahead and get this one activated. There we go. Now we have Calidor's gateway activated. Let's go ahead and head down to the core, but first, we do need to grab our explosive powder, because we can't get very far without that. core of Calidor. Let's go ahead and add our explosive powder. And now let's activate the last core and the last ring of the satellite. We're almost there. We're almost to the original ending of the game. So excited. We got the core activated. Let's head to the satellite. Alrighty guys, this is it. This is the end of the original story for Astroneer. Let's go ahead and add the last geometric trip arc. And here we go. Here it is. Listen to that music. That music is so good. Alrighty, let's activate the odd stone. Here we go, the final cutscene. And the giant portal opens up. And there our giant space station flies through. What will the Astroneer do? And you gotta walk through like the warp in time. That's so much cooler than the big purple portal. And then of course that like opens the wandering challenges too, which you don't really have to do, but they're really fun challenges, and I wish more people would talk about them and do them because they're a lot of fun, and it gets a little bit of lore in there that you don't normally see. But here's the final cutscene with the missing Astroneer and the burrito, the space burrito. That is the end of Astroneer for the most part, because there is obviously some more updates with some extra bits and lore pieces, but this is the end of the main game. Oh, and we're back at our original. Oh no. Oh no. That's a problem for another time, but that is going to do it for this episode of Astroneer. If you guys did enjoy, the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully here pretty soon, and cannot wait for the DLC, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!